New Zealand.
Home to the clearest of blue waters. Good old, clean, green Kiwis. Air as clean and fresh as can be.
Rivers that rage with great force.
Lush forests filled with life.
Animals and wildlife that are protected and nurtured.
And the youth, fighting for what they believe in. Fighting to protect our environment. But what more can we do?
A climate strike's all there is for us to fight with.
Hello, testing. Kia ora, my name is Huia. I'm 17. I go to Te Kura Correspondence School. I've always had a love for animals. I wanted to be a vet. I definitely had a connection with nature, but it wasn't until I really started to learn more about the environment, more about birds in particular. The passion started growing. Then it quickly grew to wanting to protect the whole environment. That kind of brings me to where I was before I applied for the Machu Zones Island Summer Ranger program. The Summer Ranger program on Machu Island is run by the Department of Conservation. They run it every year. They bring usually about 4 or 5 summer rangers. You get ideally 2 to 3 month blocks. You get to work out of a dock field office with dock rangers, helping with the just kind of running of the island and keeping things ticking over, cutting back vegetation on the sides of the tracks so people can walk along, water blasting windows and cleaning gutters, but also painting. And there's also the sheep out there, so they have to be looked after. If there's ever anybody out on the island doing some research, I would get to jump on that. Extremely varied. There's so many things you could be doing in a day.
What other conservation projects or opportunities are you a part of?
One of the most recent ones that I've jumped on board with is the Zealandia Youth Collective, running out of Te Maratane, Zealandia.
Bella's interviewed, take 1.
Hi, my name's Bella. I'm one of the directors of this documentary that you are currently watching. I am part of the Zealandia Youth Collective, or the Rangai Rangatahi. The Zealandia Youth Collective is a group of young people aged 15 to 18 who come together to create social and environmental change while instilling our values in other people and just putting in hard work. That's kind of what we're about. So the Youth Collective really focuses around getting the youth of New Zealand into conservation. We learn about the Te Māori aspect of the environment, not just Western science, birds and plants. We get to work with so many amazing people. We've already been on a night walk. We went to Machu Island where I met Huia. I really wanted to be part of the Zealandia Youth Collective because I'd always been really into conservation but never really knew how I could partake in it. I'm just a normal person. I'm just a student. I didn't expect it to be such a big part of my life, and suddenly I feel like a little mini conservationist.
I think an impact as a young person you can have is if you're visible to other young people and they see you, somebody else who lives in your community, that's a lot more accessible than seeing some expert in that same role. It's really just about focusing in on educating the next generation. Then there's, planting native trees in your garden instead of exotic trees, things like that. There will always be more volunteers needed. Social media is a great place. Most big restoration groups are on social media and you can get in touch through that. Talk to your teachers at school, because a lot of schools these days have predator-free groups or have rat trapping groups or whatever they're called. There are other young people out there. Try and find each other. You've got a lot more power behind you if you're in a group. It's going to be our responsibility to take the mantle from those people and continue on the amazing work they're doing. It's been said a lot, but we're the future, so we need to start preparing to take over that future and look after that future.
Come on, New Zealand. We're doing it just like Huia.